March 17th of 2020.
Okay. You remember the day?
Yeah,
what happened?
I lived on the 11th floor of an apartment building
Okay.
when the pandemic
Right,
hit.
yeah, because that's
and-
what I'm thinking. Wow, that's like the day.
Yeah, and it got very scary.
Sure.
And that was the day I moved my family out of the apartment because we went to a separate family home.
Sure.
And I had been running up and down the stairs. I
Yeah.
stopped taking the elevator,
Mm-hmm.
and I was carrying cases and cases of water
Yeah.
and bags of groceries. Then
Sure.
when we moved out, everything we needed to move, I
Yeah.
carried down the stairs,
Yeah.
and I felt something weird, but I didn't know exactly. And then I just felt like I had to go to the bathroom, and when I got back to where my family was, I just said I got to go to the bathroom, and I went to go to the bathroom, and the whole thing prolapsed.
Yeah.
And it was
How much of it came out, do you think? If you had to measure it in inches?
I'd say about 3 inches.
3
maybe?
inches.
Yeah.
So something like the size of a lemon came out.
Maybe a little less.
A little less.
A little less, but
Okay.
it was very bad, very painful.
Got it.
But I
And
didn't.
then it went back in on its
Well,
own, or did you have to push it in?
No,
or-
I had to push it in.
Yeah.
I thought it was just hemorrhoids
Yeah.
because I had been diagnosed with internal hemorrhoids.
Sure. Yeah, and they can come out like this.
Yeah, and I didn't know what was happening, so I just thought I had hemorrhoids. So I had gone to a gastrologist like in my 30s,
Yeah.
and they said, "Oh, it's normal to have some bleeding."
Yeah.
So I never went to the doctor, and I ended up. I started getting bad anxiety. I stopped sleeping,
Yeah.
and my wife left me.
I'm sorry. to hear
And then I went to the doctor after she left, and my hemoglobin had gone from 16.2 down to 10.1.
that. Yikes.
And I had no idea. I never even considered that my physical issues were causing me mental issues. And I just started taking a lot of iron.
Mhm.
I stopped bleeding. It slowed down the digestive system, and I was able to heal.
Yeah.
But this was about a year and a half after it happened that I went to the doctor, and then I still thought it was hemorrhoids though, and then after the fact I had gone to get a colonoscopy, and that doctor told me that it was a prolapse.
Got it. So they actually saw it, and it looked like a prolapse.
Yeah.
As we have discovered, it is very difficult, even for doctors experienced in treating the colon and the rectum, to differentiate hemorrhoids from rectal prolapse. And that's one of the things I'm going to torture you with today, making sure that we know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because we treat them very differently. Rectal prolapse is a major problem and needs major surgery. Hemorrhoids are annoying, but they don't necessarily become dangerous, and we can treat them as we need to. Are you still having the bleeding?
No bleeding,
Good.
but every time I move my bowels,
Something
it
comes out.
comes out, and I have to push
You
it
have
back
to push
in.
it back in.
And
Got
it does block my movement, so I
Mhm.
have to, push it in and go a couple times.
Got it.
It's not painful, but it's
Yeah,
very
annoying.
annoying.
Yeah.
And when you're not able to empty properly, it's very,
I believe it.
you don't feel good in a
I
lot of
believe
different
it.
ways.
Are you taking anything to help with the bowel movements, like a fiber supplement?
No, just because I don't ever have constipation.
Okay.
I more have it the other way,
Mm.
that it's looser. So,
loose.
I don't really, I don't take anything
Got it.
because I think it would just make it worse.
Do you have to strain to poop? Do you have to like push?
A bit,
A bit,
but
not much.
not really, not from constipation,
Yeah.
just from it being blocked up with the prolapse.
Sure. Or sometimes people have to strain because the stool is loose and they're not evacuating completely.
Yeah.
Do you find that you have to do that?
Yes, exactly.
Any difficulty controlling the stool, like urgency, where you have to run to the bathroom, otherwise you're going to have an accident?
No. And I've actually been, I had gotten tested for lactose intolerance
Mhm.
by these doctors, and
Mhm.
nothing ever happened.
Okay.
And then I took one of the home tests
Mhm.
for allergies, and it said I had a huge dairy allergy.
Okay.
So I had no idea all this
Yeah.
time either. So that was another contributing factor, I think, to everything. And I think, I think my muscles were weak when
Yeah.
they gave out to begin with, and
Got it.
so that is something I'm trying to stay away from dairy all I can, and that's
Probably makes
helped.
sense. And your gastroenterologist did a colonoscopy.
Yes.
Right? Good. So we know that that's normal.
Yeah, everything was normal.
Okay. So what I recommend is that we examine you so that I can see what's going on.
Okay.
This is not the most fun exam in the world, as I'm sure you can anticipate, because I have to see the prolapse myself.
Okay.
I also, although you had a colonoscopy recently, I also want to make sure that there's nothing on the inside that's causing the prolapse, meaning like a big polyp or something else that's causing this. So what I'm going to do in a moment, after I have you sign for permission to do this, is I'm going to examine you on this table. First, you're going to be sort of on your stomach with your butt up in the air, and I'm going to take a look on the outside and on the inside.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to push like you're trying to push the thing out, like you're
to
going
get it out. I could.
That is not the easiest thing to do when you're not over the toilet. So if it doesn't happen over here, we have a bathroom, as you discovered, through the door there, then I'm going to send you to the bathroom. You're going to push sitting on the toilet,
And then come
I'm
out.
going to come in
Okay.
to try to see whether we can see
Yeah,
anything.
I can do that easy. I know that, because that's unfortunately
that's
that's
where it
too
happens.
easy. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is have you sign our permission slip, and my nurse is going to come in to get you ready for the exam. I saw that you have a history of, as you mentioned, anxiety and depression.
Just when I had the severe anemia from losing the blood. Besides that, I've always been very calm, never had any anxiety or anything, and I don't have any now since my blood levels are normal. My hemoglobin's been fine.
And then you were in the hospital recently, or?
Yes. I went in actually to get on antidepressants because I was on them and I stopped taking them, and just with everything that's happening with my family, it's such my wife does not understand what happened at all, and she's trying to punish me and take my daughter from me because she saw me act with anxiety, and I was having panic attacks, and I was acting like a totally different person. But at the time, I had no idea. I thought, I just thought I was stressed out. I stopped sleeping. I wasn't. It was very horrible.
That happened.
Thank you.
So what this says here is that you have prolapse. We're going to take a look at the camera, and then I need your signature.
Okay. Right here or here? Oh, here.
No.
Oh, there. I'm sorry.
The other one is my signature.
Oh, got you.
So I'm going to step out. My nurse is going to come in and get you ready for the exam. Nothing